Huddle up, you back-talking troublemakers. We got work to do. Good afternoon, my name is Steve. What you here for? You got grievances? Demand about something? Yeah. Elon going through your private data? Yeah. Trump and Vance disgracing your country? Trump all palsy-wowsy with Putin? Yeah. Trump firing thousands of union workers? Yeah. Elon's Muskins got you up late cussing? Yeah. Trump's tariff hoax got y'all screaming at folks? Yeah! Well, welcome to your stand up and speak out rally, you kidding? And now and forever, we got a message for Trump and Musk. We want democracy and we want it now. What do we want? Democracy! When do we want it? Now! What do we want? Democracy! When do we want it? Now! Okay. For this next one, y'all gotta yell back, ain't nobody scared of you. Let's try it. Elon Musk, you are through. And Tesla cars are junky too. Coming to the mic right now is our MC. Give it up for Brenda.
I'm Brenda Gevertz. I live in Ghent. I am Vice Chair of the Columbia County Democratic Committee and also on the steering committee of Indivisible Columbia. Yeah. So in addition to those two groups, we have a stellar lineup of great groups that you can get involved with. Let me tell you who's co-sponsoring today's event. All right, okay. New York 19 votes. Indivisible Ulster. Left Field. The Berkshire Brigade. Bethlehem Indivisible. Steventown Indivisible. Third Act, Upstate New York. Rivers and Mountains Green Faith. Rural Freedom Network. And our good pals, the Upper Hudson Valley Planned Parenthood. Mayor Kamal Johnson, the first Black American elected to mayor in Hudson, the youngest person ever elected to mayor in Hudson, came as a youth worker, has helped the community in terms of housing and all kinds of public services. Let's give him a warm welcome.
Good afternoon. So, here we are again. I was elected in 2020 when the pandemic hit. Trump was president. It seemed like there was ICE raids all over our county, and then it feels like deja vu, like we're here again. But this time, I feel like we're more prepared and ready to fight. And it's ironic because Steve, the first speaker, is my old principal, and he always told me not to fight. But now, is it okay now?
I was his old principal. It's a small, Elon Musk has got to go.
So, here in Hudson, you know, we've been dealing with a lot of the effects of the Trump presidency. We recently met with a youth organization, myself and the mayoral aide, Justin Weaver, here in the front. And there was 3 Spanish-speaking girls in the front that I could tell had questions for us. So I kept saying, like, if you want to ask your question, ask the question. But they were so nervous that they didn't ask the question. So when all of the students left, they came back to my office alone and they said to us, are you guys going to protect us, and what are we going to do when our families have to face ICE? And right then and there, I knew that all politics is local politics. And we have to do whatever we can to protect every individual in our city. And that's what we're gonna do. So as my former principal said, this time we're allowed to fight. So thank you, everyone, and thank you for coming.
So this is all about protesting the ridiculous draconian cuts that have just been helter-skelter made across our land. And we have people who are directly impacted, and all of us are going to be impacted one way or another. And quite frankly, I am fed up! not entitled to Social Security. I've been paying into it. So we have my good friend here, Carl Atkins. He is a retired oncologist and hospice physician. He worked at Columbia Memorial for more than a decade, and he's here to tell us about how the cuts are going to hurt us medically.
Hey there, everybody. So I've practiced medicine in New York State 35 years. I always took care of Medicaid patients, and I've seen what Medicaid means to the people in this state. And, you know, we've been lucky. This is a state that very liberal about Medicaid in terms of the people it serves. And how do we get by? Well, we got a lot of taxes in New York, and they pay for things like Medicaid. And, you know, maybe it doesn't pay the hospitals and physicians so much, but, you know, as a physician, we felt we made enough money. We could take care of the patients. $880 billion? That's what they want to cut from Medicaid over the next 10 years. And do you know why they want to cut that? It's not to save money. They're going to increase the debt, our $36 trillion debt, by another $3 trillion. And they want to take that money away from Medicaid just so they don't increase the debt by $4 trillion. And they want to give that money to billionaires. So I say, keep your hands off our Medicaid. And it's not just a matter of providing health care for people who need it. It's also a matter of saving our hospital. Columbia Memorial Hospital, just up the street there, they got a lot of patients who are on Medicaid. And you know what happens when patients lose Medicaid? Well, they become uninsured. And you know what happens when uninsured people go to the hospital? The hospital pays. And if they pay too much and they can't cover their costs, well, that hospital's going to close. Well, CMH is one of the largest employers in Columbia County. What happens if that hospital closes? What's going to happen to the people of Hudson? What's going to happen to the people in this county? What's going to happen to the county? It's not going to go well. So we got to tell those bums in Congress, lay off our Medicaid. Thank you, folks. Let's make sure to make our voices heard.
Hey, y'all! Steve's back! Say hi, Steve! For this next one, we got a sign. This is so important. Elon Musk and Trump go home! You ain't no Caesar, and this ain't Rome! We don't need no Putin clone! You the worst we've ever known! And leave my Medicaid alone! Congress, grow a backbone! And don't be tapping my cell phone! Y'all did good. Give yourselves a hand.
I'm getting my steps in. I was told that I was asked to be MC because I can be funny. And I'm thinking, what the hell is funny now? You know what's funny? That Tesla stock is down 50%. You got to take a look around to this beautiful crowd. We have some great signs, and we will never submit to slavery. Yeah, muskrat, no kings, democracy, not autocracy. Eat the rich. All right, our next speaker is Madeline Reilly from Upper Hudson Valley Planned Parenthood. She is the public affairs manager. Madeline.
Hello, everybody. My name is Madeline. I'm the public today. It's no secret that Planned Parenthood and our patients are being attacked at every angle right now. Efforts to slash Medicaid, prohibiting Planned Parenthood from billing for our services, the potential for a national abortion ban, attacks on medication abortion, attacks on trans people and their access to health care, defunding our entire organization. The list goes on. These attacks are not isolated policies. They are a coordinated federal strategy to prevent our patients from accessing low-cost care. It is clear that they are more interested in protecting their own interests than protecting the millions of Americans who rely on our services. These federal attacks mean that we will have to ask New York State to backfill and cover more and more gaps to care that already exist but will widen. Make no mistake, we are already asking for this money, but these demands will continue to grow. And Planned Parenthood and other reproductive health care providers won't be the only ones asking for more money from the state. These federal attacks are hurting everyone and will further constrain our resources here in New York. We cannot let these attacks go further. We cannot abandon the most vulnerable in our communities with their health and humanity are being threatened. We have to stay vigilant and keep fighting! Thank you!
Donate to Planned Parenthood!
Go Planned Parenthood! Go Planned Parenthood! All right, our next speaker is Michael Richardson from Third Act, which is a group of mostly retired, elderly, little, older, seasoned folks who are concerned about what's happening with climate change. And Michael, come up.
So actually, we're cool with that word elders, because in a lot of traditions that means something important. The elders, one thing we own is storytelling. That's our superpower. All right, I want to take you back to 1970. In 1970, there were rivers catching on fire in Ohio. There was pollution and litter all across the land. And a Republican, by executive order, created the Environmental Protection Agency. The guy's name was Nixon. And he appointed a guy, a Republican, Russell's House, as his first director of the EPA. And he made it very clear what his role was. His role was to protect and enhance the environment. Now, 55 years later, what do we have? A Republican, he who will not be named, has decided that we don't need an EPA and has appointed who? Lee Zeldin. Now, a lot of us had a say about Lee Zeldin not too many months ago, and what did we say? No. Lee has come out now saying that his purpose, and he's made it very clear, is not to protect and enhance the environment, but to open up the pathway for the golden economy that person that won't be named has proclaimed that we're entering. Otherwise, the EPA exists for commerce, not for the environment. So what are we going to do? Well, and where are we going to fight? We're going to start right here at home. And what we need in this state, in this county, is leadership. We need leadership that's not busy telling us what we can't do because of affordability, but what we can do and must do because of affordability. And a little bit later, we're going to be hearing from Lieutenant Governor Delgado. But we have other leaders that are going to be speaking with us today. We have Michelle Hinchey and Didi Barrett, who are both showing us leadership also in this area. So get involved. The federal doors seem to be closed pretty damn tight. We have to be working at the local and the state level with our elected officials to get them to do what needs to be done, what must be done. So right on.
Hey, y'all! You gotta let me finish. I gotta say Steve's back. Hey, y'all! Steve's back! No, y'all let me have no fun up here. I hate to interrupt this protest, this rally with a protest, but I got a question. I'm allowed to ask questions. I got a question. Tell me what America looks like.
This is what America looks like.
Tell me what America looks like.
This is what America looks like.
Tell me what democracy looks like.
This is what democracy looks like.
What you see is what you get, and you ain't seen nothing yet. What you see is what you get.
You ain't seen nothing yet.
What you see is what you get.
You ain't seen nothing yet.
What you see is what you get.
You ain't seen nothing yet.
What you see is what you get.
You ain't seen nothing yet.
Steve's a real pro, and we imported him from Ulster County for today. And we have a whole contingent of Ulster folks, so thank you. Our next speaker really knows what it means to put food on the table. Kelly Schramm is the president of the Hudson Valley Young Farmers Coalition and is a farmer at the Arthur's Point Farm. Kelly.
Hi, everyone. I'm Kelly. I farm in Ghent, and I serve as the president of the Hudson Valley Young Farmers Coalition. It's a farmer-led organization advocating for the needs of young and beginning farmers. And right now, we're doing a lot of advocating. One of the best things about Columbia County, how much communities here value their local farms. And everyone needs to know how the federal cuts are affecting farmers on whose behalf I am here today. It's bad. We're collaborating with other farmers and organizers to collect stories of those who have been affected by the funding freezes or cuts. So far, we have tracked nearly $5 million in lost funding from just 30 farmers in New York. And this is indicative of a much wider trend across the state and the nation. Some of these cuts are making headlines, like the cancellation of $1 billion in funding for programs that connect farms with schools and food pantries. Farms that have built relationships with these organizations now have no way to get their products to these places that are feeding the most vulnerable members of our community, our kids and our food insecure neighbors. The slashing of climate-smart commodities funding is devastating. Land and resource conservation practices are necessary for farms to continue to grow our food through the climate crisis. Farmers are already struggling with uncertainty around the environment and their markets, and they're now faced with the added questions of whether funding for projects they've already begun will be reimbursed in accordance with the contracts they've signed. And it's springtime now. One of the busiest, most stressful times of the year for every farmer. Now keep in mind that those farmers in our community who are marginalized in other ways, such as due to their race, gender, or immigration status, are, as usual, being hit the hardest right now. And we don't just grow your food. We wear all the hats that are necessary in the day-to-day of our operations. We are accountants, mechanics, and vet techs. What we don't know how to do, we find help from those who do. And that's why I'm here today, asking for your help. We need every person who eats and cares about where their food comes from to stand with us in this fight. At the end of the day, it's not just about farmers, it's about all of us. Thank you, everybody.
Hey, we have another farmer because we all like to eat, right? West Gillingham, an advocate for the Catskills and our planet for more than 40 years. He and his family provide healthy food to the community. He's the board president of the Northeast Organic Farming Association of New York and co-founder of Catskill Mountainkeeper. Wes.
Can everybody hear me? Okay. So in my 20s, I took, when I was at college, or I guess I was my 20s. I took a survival class. And I remember the guy standing up there with all sorts of charts. Then we went outside and learned how to survive in the winter in northern Maine. But he said there's three things that are really important. Food, shelter, and water. Well, you know what? We're experiencing all of those things getting crapped on by our government right now. So 3 weeks ago, we had a meeting with Earth Justice and some folks from Environmental Working Group and NRDC. There was a whole discussion because what we were seeing happening after we found out that our funding was frozen, NOFA had 2 grants, one through Pennsylvania Sustainable Agriculture, another one through the Transition to Organic Partnership Program, all for improving farms. So we have one of those needs, food. We were finding that we have a helpline for people that want to transition to organic or improve their crops, to learn how to do cover cropping. We were sending them to the USDA website. Well, what's happening with the USDA website? Anything having to do with climate is getting scrubbed. There's no climate change. What just happened yesterday in the Midwest? What's been happening for 20-something years? I went and leased a farm when my wife and I started a farm, and we looked at this bottomland piece of ground and said, hey, this look really good. Oh, but it's a bottomland, it's really good soil, but talking to the landowner, oh, it hasn't flooded since 1943. In the next 10 years, we had the wettest year on record, the driest year on record, 200-year floods and a 500-year flood in a 5-year period.
Oh my God.
It wiped out our vegetable operation, drowned 3 tractors, took all of our irrigation equipment. There's no climate change. Take it off the website. And then you saw the list in the New York Times the other day, a list of words you can't say. Indigenous, equality, diversity. Women. Oh yeah, let's get rid of half of the population because they're not important. That's insane. This is an insane government. When I got here a little early, I had to go to the bathroom. I went over and there was a pile of signs. I can help carry signs over. And at the top was this one. I grabbed it. When injustice becomes law, resistance becomes duty. Thank you to all of you coming out here to do your duty. Now what your duty is, we have some speakers after me and some elected speakers. And I'm very thankful that they came out today for you and to talk to you. But your duty is to make sure they keep doing that and that all the other politicians get their butt in gear and stop the insanity. Have a good one.
Testing. No, wait, JT, stop it. JT Vance told me to tell you people something. Shut up! When they say shut up, we say rise up. 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 Shut up! Rise up. Shut it up! Rise up. Shut up! Rise up. Shut it up! They say get back, we say fight back. They say get back, we say fight back. Get back, fight back. Go back, fight back. Stand back, fight back. Go back, fight back. Get back.
Now, I know there's some veterans in the crowd, so let's thank our veterans. Now, we also need to thank our federal workers who day in and day out have been serving the people of America. Our next speaker is the representative of Local 3383 of the Hudson Valley, Rennie Glasgow, and he's Vice President of the American Federation of Government Employees, Local 3343, and he's about to tell you what they are enduring, and as we know, it's not a pretty picture. Okay, Rennie.
Hello? Can you hear me? Good. I'm Rennie Glasgow, Vice President of the local union that represents Social Security employees in this area. Before I get started with my speech, I just want to make sure you can see this sign. Can you say this for me, please?
Social Security is not a Ponzi scheme.
Social Security is
not a Ponzi scheme.
And then this is what we want to tell Musk.
Keep your hands off my Social Security.
Keep your hands off my Social Security. Today, Elon Musk is in a desperate effort to wreck Social Security as we know it. They want to destroy the program that was established to help ordinary Americans supplement their income after retirement. Some people, Social Security is their only income after retirement. And Elon Musk is saying this is a Ponzi scheme. They're looking to cut over 7,000 of the 57,000 employees that work for you day in, day out in the local field office in the United States. At the end of last week, they offered buyout to most of the workers, to all the workers actually. They send this email saying you can get $20,000 and you can go. Unfortunately, some folks took that. What does that mean for us? That means that you, when you go to your local Social Security offices, your wait times will double or triple. When you call on the phones, your time to get someone will be double or triple. As a matter of fact, last week, their intention was to cut the phone service. They're planning to roll back one initiative that was implemented whereby if you have an overpayment, we would take 10% of your Social Security benefits towards that overpayment. Effective next month, it will be 100% of your benefits being taken towards that. That will mean ordinary Americans may not receive their checks. This is the only income for some people. The plan is to destroy the agency. Once the public lose confidence in this agency, they would privatize it and put that hard-earned money in the hands of a rich oligarch that will do whatever they want, put it on the stock market, and it can disappear. We need to keep fighting. We need to fight back. You need to stand up and let them know. Take their hands off your Social Security, your Medicare, Medicaid. Stand up. Thank you.
Hey, y'all! No, I say, hey, y'all say Steve back. Hey, y'all! Very good, very good. And I got something to say. Oh, for this one, y'all yell, Trump and Musk have got to go. Let's try that. Trump and Musk have got to go. Trump's a dirty crook, you know.
Trump and Musk have got to go.
We're sick of this daily lying show.
Trump and Musk have got to go.
They're planning an attack on Ontario.
Trump and Musk have got to go.
Musk is stealing our private info.
Trump and Musk have got to go.
The economy's in a giant hole.
Trump and Musk have got to go.
Ukraine needs more ammo.
Trump and Musk have got to go.
They're canceling our Medicaid, yo.
Trump and Musk have got to go.
Ending feeding programs for children. Whoa!
Trump and Musk have got to go.
They're selling our secrets to Russia, so
Trump and Musk have got to go.
we've had enough of this fascist show.
Trump and Musk have got to go.
Okay, so I have a public service announcement. How many of you are registered to vote? Whoa! Okay, remember, all politics are local. The mayor told us that. We know that. So at this time, it's petitioning time, and there are petitions circulating that we need you to sign. One is for Democrat Jackie Salvatore for sheriff. Another one, we need to ensure that this county is run by competent, professional leadership. That's what we need. We need it in Washington, and boy, do we need it in Columbia County. We're going to have a referendum to elect a county executive. It is time. Make sure you sign the petition. We need the signatures to get it on the ballot. We were one of only 6, 7 counties in the whole state of New York with this backward government. It's time for a change. Columbia forward. Okay. Next up is my friend and our dedicated worker, Assembly Member Didi Barrett. So Didi has represented the 106th Assembly of New York State for 13 years. And even though it's not our whole county, because we know about redistricting, she represents all of us in cultural institutions, housing, farmers, libraries, veterans. Thank you, Didi.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Brenda. Oh, what a great crowd. You look even better from up here. And I love the signs. Really, really creative signs. All right. Anyone else here angry?
Yes.
Frustrated?
Yes.
Scared? Yes. All very real, very appropriate emotions, and I feel the same way every single day. In less than 2 months, we have been consumed by the most mean-spirited, divisive, amoral administration of our lifetimes, maybe ever. It's outrageous. As a mother and as a new grandmother, this behavior truly flies in the face of everything I was brought up with and everything I taught my children and hope to teach my grandson. Respect. Whatever happened to respect? Whatever happened to the golden rule? How many of you were brought up with the golden rule? Do unto others as you had others do unto you. I mean, I just remember my grandmother and my mother reciting that to me. It's nowhere in this world right now. We never bully. You never pick on people. You never, you always give back. You care about respect. You care about service. That's the way I grew up. I think that's the way most of you grew up. But that's not what we're living in right now. And having an administration that is so toxic and so nasty, my heart breaks for children growing up today to see that this is what the role model they're growing up with is. And we have to make sure that we change that in every possible way. So I know we're here to talk about the funding cuts, so I'm going to share a few that and I know you've been hearing. $800 billion in cuts to Medicaid, and that's funding that supports almost every part of our healthcare and caregiving system. 7 million New Yorkers rely on Medicaid, nearly 40% of our population. That is unacceptable. $1 billion in local food purchasing, 800,000 employees fired from the VA. Housing and urban development is slated for an 84% cut in staff. This is all unacceptable. Housing and urban development that supports Bliss Towers here and could lead to homelessness for our veterans and many of our families here in the Hudson Valley. This is unacceptable. I'm not in the business of giving advice, let me just put that out here. But here's my new mantra. This is how I get up every morning and get myself through the day. Yes, we must fight back every single day, right? Fight back every single day. And I thank you all for being here because you're fighting back. We must fight for our constituents. We must fight for the American people. We must fight for democracy. We must fight for our country. But let's not fall into the trap that they have set for us. Let's not fight with each other. That's my feeling. Do not let them divide us. That's their goal, and if they succeed at that, then they win. We don't have to agree on everything. We will never agree on everything. We all have different points of view. We're all from different parts of the socioeconomic spectrum, of the region. We all have different points of view, but we're in this together, and we have to stay in here together. We should talk, we should strategize, plan protest, and fight allies. We all need to do this together, and we need you and me and everyone here to fight against the enemy we know is in the White House. Thank you.
Hey, y'all! Y'all getting good at this. We got a lot of new people, so we're going to bring this one right back. For this one, y'all yell, America is a no-king zone. Try it.
America is a no-king zone.
Elon Musk and Trump, go home.
America is a no-king zone.
You ain't no Caesar. This ain't Rome.
America is a no-king zone.
We don't need no Putin clone.
America is a no-king zone.
You the worst we've ever known.
America is a no-king zone.
And leave my Medicaid alone.
America is a no-king zone.
Congress, grow a backbone.
America is a no-king zone.
And don't be tapping my cell phone.
America is a no-king zone.
Okay, so we have Lieutenant Governor Antonio Delgado in the house. He represented our district from 2019 to 2022. The governor was smart enough to tap him to be her lieutenant governor. We hope she'll be smart enough to listen to him. Anyway, here he is. He's always our friend, always here on the ready, always ready to serve the people. Antonio Delgado!
going on, Hudson? How we doing, Hudson? How we doing, Hudson? Brenda, thank you for your friendship, for your passion, for your love, to all the Indivisible groups, to the Columbia County Dems, to all my colleagues in government. Status quo is broken. It was a hard 48 hours. I want to be clear about something though. Damn near every single member of the House, virtually everyone in our House of Congress, all of my former colleagues, every one of them said no. Don't forget that. Don't forget that. Let's hold on to those folks who can make difficult but necessary decisions. Who can display moral courage in a time of moral darkness. We did not have to be here. Let's be honest. We didn't just find ourselves in this position, woke up one day and said, oh my, how did Trump get back? The status quo is broken. We need to elevate the bar of what we expect from our leaders, because that's the only way I can comprehend how in the hell someone so morally bankrupt as Trump could ever find his way back into the White House. It shouldn't have been an option. A no-brainer. So how? Where is the alternative vision? Where we stand up for the less fortunate in a real, robust, and bold fashion, in a populist fashion, in a fashion that's dedicated to economic freedom and economic security. Yes, no matter your race, your religion, your sexual orientation, it doesn't matter. We're all trying to make a living here in America. And a lot of folks, whether they're white, black, and brown, are catching hell. And here we are with a man in the White House and a group of billionaires who can give a damn about those who are economically being exploited and have been exploited for decades. When 2/3 of our country are living paycheck to paycheck, that's economic exploitation. When 1% of our country owes more wealth than the entire middle class, that's economic exploitation. And that's been happening for far too long on far too many people's watch, if we're being honest. This is the moment of accountability, people, across the political spectrum. And it's damn shameful that we had to get to this point to fully appreciate it and comprehend it. But we're awake now, aren't we? I hope so. This crowd right here, this energy right here, tells me that people are waking up and are going to demand and expect more across the board. You know, I was watching a news story a couple days ago that literally broke my heart. We got any veterans out here? Thank you. Thank you, veterans. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So why am I watching a news program where I'm seeing veterans having to receive letters from the Trump administration saying, you know that housing we got you? The grant dollars that we're going to use to make sure you're not out on the streets and homeless after you serve this country with great dignity and respect. You know what? Those grants you got, can't count on them anymore. Is that the America we want to live in today? We're talking about our veterans here. Our veterans. And these guys call themselves patriots. In that same story, there was a woman suffering from some disabilities. She has a son who has autism. She'd been struggling for a while, trying to find a home. Didn't have the income.
got a grant from HUD. Saved a life and a child's life from living on the edges, just trying to get by. Got a letter, a damn letter from her government. Sorry, you might not be able to count on this housing that saved you and your child's life. And then here's the question that I ask myself. Why? Why? Why the cuts? Why? To give it away to those who don't need a damn dime. Don't need a dime at all. So I speak of that economic inequality, and yet we got folks in leadership who want to do nothing but exacerbate it on the backs of the very people who are hurting in the first place. It's cruel, it's ugly, and it's dark. It is. It's not who we are. It's not the country that I grew up loving and still love with all my being. I know why I'm standing here. I know how I got here. I know what it took to make sure that all of us, no matter how we look, no matter our background, no matter the religion we practice or the sex, or whatever you are, whatever, if you're American, if you're a human being, we love you. We fight for you. We believe in freedom. We believe in equality. We believe in compassion. We believe in truth. We believe in justice. We believe in tolerance. We believe in inclusion. We believe in community. We believe in democracy. I don't care if you're a Republican, a Democrat, or independent. If you're a human being, if you're a New Yorker, if you're an American, I know this resonates. I know it resonates. Democracy is a moral endeavor. Never forget that. Democracy is a moral endeavor. One person, one vote. Because we're all created equal. We're all created equal. It's a moral idea. Not every political system believes that. It could be you have entitlement to power because of your race or your class or your bloodline. We fought a whole revolution over that. We changed that radically. So no matter what, you get a fair shake, a fair shot, an equal voice in this country. Not anymore. And the fact of the matter is, it's not the case anymore. There's a whole crop of individuals who've emerged who seem fit on tearing all that down. But I wanted to say something to the question I was just asked. What are we going to do about it? Well, let me tell you what we're going to do about it. How the hell do you think we got where we are in the first place, sir? What did it take to put us here? Revolution. It took the people to show up. It took the people to vote. It took the people to march. It took the people to be civilly disobedient. It took the people to fight. It took all of us every single day. There's not going to be a panacea. There's not going to be a cure-all. It's not going to fall out of the sky. The people have to get behind good leaders who have moral courage, who will stand up and call truth to power. That is what it will take in this moment of accountability. We have to fight. We have to fight every single day. You have to show up every single day. And not just vote, but vote obviously is very important. But show up and hold your elected officials accountable. You don't like what they do? Throw them out. Yeah. You like what they do? Put them in. Yeah. That is what democracy is. Democracy is that. Do not let the anger and the frustration and the dispiritiveness get in the way of what you can control, your agency. You can look to all of us who are in Congress, out of Congress, all these so-called leaders. But the fact of the matter is, we're here because of you. The people put us in these positions. So the people have the ability to take us out. And the people who did vote for Donald Trump, they voted for Donald Trump because there's a need right now. There's a need right now where people are tired of feeling like our system is taking advantage of them and is not responsive to them. No matter how much they vote, no matter how much they engage. People even stay home as a result of that too. They stay home and they check out. And the fact of the matter is, we can't afford to check out. But I also acknowledge we need a vision. We do need a vision. Because the ability to want to destroy and tear all this down comes in response to the absence of a vision. Of something that we all can fight for. Whether it's our health care, universal health care, whether it's our wages, real livable wages, whether it's housing, truly affordable housing, whether it's making sure that we actually invest in our public goods in a meaningful way and stop relying on corporate power at every single turn, but actually invest in all people of all places and do it in a just and thoughtful way. That is the vision we need. We cannot tie our future to corporate power. That's not going to work. It's not going to work. We need time to people power. That is the moment we are in right now in this moment. That is the moment that we're in. And I'm here to give it to you. I am. A lot of the folks that came in with me in 2018, a lot of the folks that came in 2018 are here to give it to you. I'm going to say this in conclusion. Remember that we are in New York. Okay, this is one state in a beautiful country. And New York has always been at the forefront of progress in this country. We've always been. Whether it's labor rights, LGBTQ plus rights, founding of the NAACP, environmental movement, New York, immigrant rights, women's rights, women's rights, women's rights, Seneca Falls, all of it, Seneca Falls, all of it, we've been at the forefront here in New York. So I know it hurts right now for a lot of you New Yorkers who are trying to wrestle with where the hell we are and who we are as New Yorkers in this moment, at this time. I understand. I'm a New Yorker. I get it. I get it. We need to step up and lead here in New York and across this country. There's a reason why the Trump administration has got a bullseye on New York, because it knows what we represent. We are the epicenter of multi-religion, multiculturalism, multi-ethnicism. We are the epicenter of tolerance and inclusion. This is New York. This is who we are. And so now more than ever, we must step up and we must fight as New Yorkers. Do that and fight with all your heart and do it with love, not hate. Not hate. I know there's anger. I know there's frustration. I get it. Righteous indignation is what we need right now. Not hostility, not hate. Righteous indignation and love. Love. Love hard. A strong, demanding love. An unwavering love. An unconditional love. And with that love, we can unite and we can overcome and fight this together. I love every single one of you, and God bless every single one of you.
From Elon Musk, he told me to tell you people to go away. They say go away, we say no way. They say go away, we say no way. They say go away, we say no way. Go away. No way. Get away. No way. Back away. No way. Get away. No way. Come on, go away.
Boy, are we lucky with our officials here. Okay, we have straight from St. Patrick's Day Parade down in Kingston, rushed to get here, left early to be here in Hudson. Let's give a warm welcome to the Senator for New York State's 41st District, Michelle Hinchey. Senator Hinchey, in less than 5 years, has introduced legislation, more than 100 bills that have gotten passed that help the people of Columbia County. So she's going to tell us what's happening in New New York State. Welcome, Michelle.
Thank you so much. Good afternoon, everyone. When I say fight back, you say now. Fight back. Now. Fight back. Now. When I say fight back, you say now. Fight back. Now. Fight back. Now. This is an awesome crowd today. I just want to say thank you. Thank you for coming out and spending your time. You could be anywhere doing anything right now, and you have chosen to not just be here, but to be involved in this moment, to stand up in this moment. If you've ever thought to yourself, what would I do if? What would I do when? What will I do when? This is that moment for you to think about. This is that moment in our shared history that we will look back on and say, where were you when? And we know that in our community, in Hudson, in Columbia County, across the Hudson Valley, and in New York State, we will stand united together to fight back against the oligarchy, the autocracy, and quite frankly, the tyranny that is being perpetuated at the federal level against the values that we hold so dear, and the values that built this country. The values that make the United States of America one of the best countries, if not the best country in the world. Those are the values that make our country the best. It's the people united, fighting for each other, for our shared humanity, standing up for the dignity of all people, making sure that we lift a hand down and lift each other up, not step on that hand when someone reaches out for help. That's who we are as New Yorkers, and that's who we are as Americans. This week, we voted on the one-house budget in the state Senate and the Assembly. And let me tell you a little bit about the difference between our state and what's happening at the federal level. The day that our one-house budget was introduced, which in it had a full investment in expanding access to farm-fresh, healthy food for our kids. Not just universal school meals, although yes, in our budget it has full universal school meals. It also expands the farm-to-school program to include every meal that children eat in schools. And we doubled down with $75 million for the Nourish New York program that buys farm fresh food from our local farmers and gives that to food pantries across the state. That's the response. The day we put our one house in that had those investments was the day the federal government decided to cut $1 billion of food programs supporting farmers and ranchers to our kids. In New York, we say no way, and we will invest in those kinds of programs. The week we passed our one house with investments for social services was the day that Tom Homan, Trump's border czar, came to our capital, the people's capital, and tried to intimidate us, tried to bully us, and tried to direct us to fall in line with the abhorrent policies that are coming from his department. Boo! But let me tell you something. Colleagues of mine from every corner of the state, folks who had never stood together at a press conference ever, people who had never stood together at a formal event from all corners of the state, were at our event pushing back and denouncing what Tom Homan and the cronies are doing, trying to tear apart our communities. Senators and assembly members from across this state pushed back soundly at the horrible, dehuman policies, the abhorrent, the ugly the nasty policies that are coming out of the federal government, working to divide us. Because they know when they divide us, that's when we lose. When they look to divide us by economic means, we lose. When they look to turn us against each other, we lose. The solution is not in finding someone in our community to blame. The solution is recognizing that the policies that have been put in place are anti to the people. They're anti-working families of any background, of any nationality, of any community. We have to unite together to push back. In our One House United. In our One House, we invested in the working families tax cuts. We invested in funding and help for our senior citizens. We invested in housing. We invested in the programs that make our state so great. And we will make sure that no matter what comes from the federal government, we will do our damnedest to make sure that we are the beacon, as our Lieutenant Governor said. We are the beacon of hope for the rest of the country, so that they can look at New York. They can look at New York as a path forward, to not be feared, to not give in to the fear and division, but to stand up to it, because we know that we here together are on the right side of history. It's up to us to protect our neighbors. It's up to us to protect our LGBTQ friends and family members in this community. It is up to us to uplift our rural areas and support our farmers. It's up to us to make sure that we are standing together so that we can look back on this moment and say, we stopped it. Because we are. We are going to make sure that when we look back on this moment in history, we can look to each other and say, we did everything we needed to do. We left it on the line. We talked to each other. We talked to our neighbors. We talked to the people that we don't want to engage with on these issues. We don't have that luxury anymore. We have to communicate what is happening. We have to communicate that the tariffs make your pickup truck $20,000 more expensive. That they make the highway garage trucks that much more expensive. That they're undercutting our rural economies. That's what we have to communicate, and that's what we collectively will do to win this moment, so that we can all look back proud together that in New York we fought the nonsense. So thank you for being here. Thank you for doing the work. Thank you for putting in the time. Thank you for putting up the fight, because it is hard, but we love you, we need you. This is our moment, and we will prevail. Thank you very much.
Okay, we thanked our veterans. We thanked our farmers. We thanked our federal workers. We thanked our healthcare workers, our union members, and everyone who contributes to this community. And who are we doing it for? Not only ourselves, but our children and our grandchildren. Here's a sign I want you all to see.
You gotta wait, I gotta say it. Hey, y'all! Well done, well done. And I got one more thing to say.
Say it, Steve.
When democracy is under attack, what do? Stand up, fight back. When democracy is under attack, what do?
Stand up, fight back.
When democracy is under attack, what do?
Stand up, fight back.
When democracy is under attack, what do?
Stand up, fight back.
Give it up for yourselves. Coming up to bring this mob event to a conclusion is Sam Hodge.
Hello, hello. Let's make sure all of Hudson can hear us. Hello, hello. Are we gonna fight? My name's Sam Hodge. I'm the chair of the Columbia County Democrats, and we have a lot of work to do. So I I want to end today and talk about what we can do next. How we harness this energy, this anger, this outrage. What can we do? We can fight back, we can organize, but it happens here on a local level. If you're not a member of the Democratic Party, join. Come to our events, come to our meetings. If you care about immigrants, join Sanctuary and fight for immigrants. If you care about progressive causes, join Indivisible. There are so many people in this fight, and you can be one of them. So please sign up. Go to ColumbiaCountyDemocrats.org, and we will send you to the issues and organizations that you care about. Let's give a big round of applause for all of our organizers and all the different groups that sponsored today. In these challenging times, it's important to look around and realize that we're not alone. We are not alone, and we are going to fight. Thank you all, everybody, and have a great day.
Get home safely. Don't be intimidated. Don't concede before. Okay? Our nation is not for sale. Get home safe. Power the people.